Okay, a little bit about this. Israel Putnam is probably more famous as a Revolutionary War general than for what happened here. And there's all kinds of theories as to why this adventure plays such a prominent role in his biography and in the history of the area. Everything from the fact that Connecticut's hero at one time was, of course, Benedict Arnold, who, when he turned traitor, Connecticut had to look to somebody else to be their Revolutionary War hero, and it fell on Israel Putnam to be that hero. This property was originally acquired by the Daughters of the American Revolution at the end of the 1800s, and then was sold to the Connecticut State Parks in about 1920 or so at a very favorable price for their original acquisition price. This wolf den here, this historic site, was nominated for the Register of National Historic Places, I'm guessing back in the late 1970s. And as part of that process, they had to, on their application, figure out, is this whole story of Israel Putnam killing the last wolf in Connecticut a Paul Bunyan type story, or is it historical fact? Didn't mean one way or the other that this would lose the nomination if it wasn't historical fact, but they had to know so that the history of it could be reasonably accurate. Woodstock's last reported wolf was shot by Pemgoscus in 1732. Ashford succumbed in 1735, leaving Pomfret's in sole possession of the field. It was not a farm or dooryard safe from her incursions. Little children were scared by her out of sleep and senses. Boys and girls feared to go to school or drive the cows home, and lonely women.
I was wondering, what's the biggest project the DEP in Connecticut is working on right now?
Well, I think one of the biggest things we're certainly working on within the Wildlife Division right now is the whole issue of white nose syndrome in bats. That's an incredible conservation challenge. We're seeing mortality rates of species at unprecedented levels, and getting to the bottom of what's causing it for us is probably our most urgent and pressing need.